Jujutsu Kaisen Sukuna used Dimension Slash again.
Did Okatsu turn into a remains in an instant?
Only one of the old and new protagonists is left. What are the chances of survival for Yuta? What's the secret of Yuki Soul Research Manual? Can Fushiguro Megumi still be rescued? Why is it said that Itadori Yuji will face greater despair?
Hello everyone, I am Xiaoyu Yuta's Life or Death Investigation.
If you have not subscribed to this channel, please subscribe us.
My IG is enabled. Please follow up. Jujutsu Kaisen Chapter 250. Yutai's domain, all-encompassing unequivocal love, finally reveals its true face. Yuta can choose any one of his copied techniques to imbue the barrier with as the domain's sure hit effect. Countless swords are also randomly given technique in the domain, but when he take them, I didn't know the types of techniques before.
So he needs super adaptability when fighting. The technique Yuta has copied include Toga's Cursed Speech, Angel's Jacob's Ladder, Takako's Thin Icebreaker. Druv's technique turns the Shikigami's movement trajectory into its own domain. Charles's G War Staff predicts the future, and Sukuna's Malevolent Shrine. Isn't anyone surprised? Why doesn't he copy Cursed Spirit Manipulation?
Maybe Yoda has already copied the Cursed Spirit Manipulation, but he's just waiting for the right time. I guessed correctly before that Sukuna's last finger should have been swallowed by Rika.
All-encompassing, unequivocal love is very powerful. Although it is difficult to defeat Sukuna directly, but it can suppress Sukuna and make it temporarily unable to use the technique. Then Yuji saves Megumi. According to Yuki's Soul Research Manual, the soul is mostly there will be mixed situations. But whether you are a sorcerers or non-sorcerers, souls and souls cannot merge with each other.
Just like Yuji and Sukuna, the souls are independent individuals.
And that a incarnation like Choso, although it is dominated by the soul of the cursed object and can no longer sense the soul of the container, it is only an excessive gap of cursed energy between the cursed object and the normal people, causing the soul of the normal people to sink into the depths. Does not mean that the two souls merge with each other and that original soul has died. Now Megumi's soul has also sunk into the depths. If Megumi and Sukuna's souls can be separated, and then use Jacob's Ladder, eliminate Sukuna, Megumi will have a chance to be rescued. However, when Yuta activated the most powerful Jacob's Ladder, and Yuji finally separated the two souls, Megumi lost the desire to survive.
The opportunity was fleeting. Sukuna regained control of his body and directly activated Dismantle that could cut off the world.
Even the all-encompassing unequivocal love was broken. Yuji, Yuta, and Rika were both in danger. So is Yuta alive or dead? Anyone who has ever fought alongside Yuji will die without exception, such as Nanami, who fought Mahito with Yuji in school, Nobara, who fought Eso and Kachizu together at the 88 Bridge, and Hiromi, who challenged Sukuna in the 3 rounds. All of them has died. Togashi Yoshihiro once said that hope versus despair versus hatred versus love is the golden ratio of Demon Slayer, Kimetsu no Yaiba.
If you have never experienced beauty, you will not ask for too much, and it will not resonate. And once you experience the beauty,
take it away ruthlessly, and it becomes a cruel and touching story.
Looking back at the battle between Nanami and Mahito in the Shibuya incident, he entrusted everything to Yuji before he died, and Yuji could only watch Nanami, who was also a teacher and died. But he had no choice. His best friend, Nobara, also fell down in front of him.
After experiencing such a cruel war, Yuji fell into despair and lost fighting spirit. Fortunately, his brother Todo Aoi arrived in time and used an arm-inspired Yuji. The price made Yuji regain his strength and finally defeated Mahito to gain hope, prepared to move towards a bright future again. However, in Chapter 247, Yuji and Hiromi fought against Sukuna. After Hiromi was defeated, he also said the same words as Nanami. "If we grow up together, I'll leave it to you after that." Although Yuji and Hiromi have known each other for a short time, they have a tacit understanding of each other's personalities and have continued to be old friends who have known each other for many years. And the last time is Okatsu Yuta. Yuta and Yuji fought together. Yuta suppressed Sukuna forcibly, and Yuji saved Megumi's soul with his ghost hands.
Although the strategy was completely fine, it didn't surprise me.
Take a breath. Originally, Sukuna and Mahito were not the same level.
If Sukuna didn't hit Yuji as hard as Mahito, it would definitely not be in line with Togashi Yoshihiro's golden ratio.
It was revealed in Chapter 251 that Megumi don't want to live anymore, and Yuta is also injured by the Dimension Slash.
He possible will die. Only in this way can Yuji fall into greater despair.
Only when there is a turning point in despair, readers will be touched, empathize with the despair of Yuji, which is in line with Togashi Yoshihiro's 8-character mantra. Secondly, all-encompassing unequivocal love is very similar to the unlimited blade works. In Fate, Emiya Shiro defeated Gilgamesh by the unlimited blade works. However, according to the official formula book, Akutami Geiji likes Gilgamesh very much. That wouldn't he infuse his feelings for Gilgamesh into Sukuna and let him break all-encompassing unequivocal love?
I think many of my friends will be very sad when they see this.
Is it certain that Yutai will die? What are the chances of survival? Generally, Sukuna calls people who are interested by their full names. For example, Satoru Gojo and Fushiguro Megumi. At the beginning of chapter 247, he calls the man Higuruma, but after he got interested, ask him what your name is, Higuruma Hiromi. The people Sukuna was interested all died without exception or be Incarnation, and those who were not interested were called imps. In chapter 249 and 250, Yuji and Yuta were called imps, which means although Yutai posed a threat to him, it did not arouse Sukuna's interest. Even Kenjaku once said that Yuta had no charm. However, when Rika appeared on the scene in chapter 248, Sukuna showed interest. Sukuna said, "Here comes the queenie."
The greedy look on Sukuna's face was very similar to the way he looked at Megumi before.
Although Sukuna was not interested in Yuta, he had a soft spot for Rika, which also meant that Yuta was super dangerous. When Megumi is awakened by Yuji's cannon, Yuta may become the next direct mix. Sukuna, as the strongest sorcerer in history, will also face the weakness of reduced cursed energy output. The Curse Queen has a huge cursed energy. It is exactly the source of cursed energy that Sukuna needs, and he also has the ability to copy technique. Objectively speaking, it is indeed much stronger than Megumi's current body.
This is most likely the explosive development that the editor of Jujutsu Kaisen said shocked everyone.
In addition, there is another possibility, which is to seize Rika with the last finger. It is known that Sukuna has done a lot of research on Shikigami. He once fused the two Shikigami and summoned the super powerful merged Basat Agito. If Sukuna, it is also very reasonable to be able to capture the Curse Queen with finger and evolve it into a stronger form. However, in this case, Yuta's hidden cursed spirit manipulation may come in handy because I really can't think of a reason why Yuta doesn't copy the cursed spirit manipulation.
No matter which outcome it is, Sukuna greedy Rika is very sure.
From this point of view, it is very reasonable for Sukuna to be lenient with Dimension Slash. Otherwise, with the power of Dimension Slash, there would be absolutely no chance of survival, and he would be transformed into a skeleton instantly. However, even if there is still a breath left after the domain is broken, Yuta will fall into the predicament of technique meltdown, while Sukuna will gradually recover and even use the domain again. Under this situation, Yuta's situation is still very dangerous. In chapter 251, when Sukuna was about to win, he was attacked by Maki. Maki had a super advantage in domain battle because its attribute of zero cursed energy would be judged as a building or inorganic object, and she could enter and exit the knot almost freely. And the sure hit technique in the domain will not be able to recognize Maki with zero cursed energy, leaving him completely unaffected. When Sukuna restores the technique and reopens the domain, then needs Maki to delay time. The end of sorcerers is a mountain of corpses of his companions. If Yuta is defeated, all the special sorcerers will be destroyed. This will undoubtedly be the darkest moment in the Jujutsu world. Okay, so do you think Okatsu Yuta will live or die? Or will he be an incarnation by Sukuna?
You can talk about your views in the comment area.
If you like this kind of video, you can like and subscribe for me.
Your support is really important to me. Remember to turn on the little bell next to it so that you don't miss my latest updates.
Video notification. Then see you in the next video. Bye.